Hey guys, me and Team here. Welcome to a bonus episode of Let's Play the Civ 5 Club Immortal game. In this one, we are going to be exploring the different policies I could have taken or can now take now that I finally finished Dynamite. I like how I never researched sailing. That is also quite smooth. So, yeah, let's just do LP wash. A bonus at 1610 AD. Just to, have a bit of a look at each of the different options and what they could bring to the table for us. First one, as promised, is autocracy. I'll go ahead and adopt that. Really dropping unit maintenance. Let's see what kind of impact that has on gold. You can see it right there. So, sizable impact. This won't have any visible impact at all. Whoops. But this one might. So there you go. I have 3 social policies I have taken up through police state. So what happens if I annex cities now? Yeah. Annex city, annex city. Pretty impressive, actually. Very minimal in terms of anger. You get about -2 per city. So that's actually gained happiness there. So for the larger cities, even with no other wonders helping you out, at least as far as I can tell, you can pretty easily annex a good deal of your cities. That's quite impressive. Look at that. I'm getting happiness from annexing cities. So this is a very impressive social policy to have for late game if you have a lot of cities that you can annex. Oops, I already did that. And like I said, for cities like this, you would actually lose happiness by building a courthouse. Kind of silly, but whatever. Annex that one. Yeah, I'm looking for reasonably large cities so that I don't get unhappiness when I annex them. Like this one. This guy right here. Annex that. Look at that. Nothing. No troubles at all. Well, I can't annex New York. I kind of own it already. Rather unfortunate. I have a friend who gets angry when I do bad things to New York, so I kind of wish I could. Well, you get the picture. I can annex nearly every city I own right now without taking too much of a happiness hit. Only the really cruddy smaller cities can stay puppets. And even most of those I can wind up annexing and getting away with it. So very impressive social policy. That gives you an idea of it in action. Yeah, I have a couple more I can annex that would drop me into unhappiness. But realistically, for the entire empire that I have, and it's quite an impressive size, I can annex the whole thing, get control of every single city in existence without taking any type of unbelievable happiness hit. So that's pretty impressive. So let's look at some of the other options I have available to me. Let's play Washington bonus. Unfortunately, well, now you get to see what happens when I load a game late game. Yeah, I like how it temporarily tells me it's not responding. That's cute. And we'll just see the amount of time this takes. This is another reason I don't play this game a lot. It's the time between turns, the time to load it, time to do anything. You spend so much time doing nothing that that's why I'm favoring StarCraft a little bit more and spreading out my gameplay, just because if I were to just play this all the time, it'd be quite frustrating. However, the strategy in Civ and the volume of options that you have, and just different ways you can approach a game, just screw around with the AI, whatever. It's a fun game, so I do like it. But until further notice, it's going to have to be in reasonable dosage, just so that I can recover from the waiting periods such as the one you are witnessing. And this happens also anytime I try to load the game up for another recording. That's why I tend to release these videos in bursts of several episodes rather than one each day, because the loading time is therefore a smaller percentage of a bunch of episodes than it would be from a single episode. Okay, come on now, seriously. And yeah, I'm tying up a little bit of resources with the recording, but not that much. This is pretty close to what you see, to what you would see if you were standing behind my shoulder and I did not have Cam Studio running at the moment. Cam Studio, by the way, I've been very impressed with for these last 2 Let's Plays, Japan and Washington, as well as the probably 5, 6, 7-ish most recent StarCraft videos I've released as of this video release date. So no complaints with Camp Studio. I'm probably going to have to use something else since my laptop is a Linux build. So I'm going to have to look into options for that for when I try to do screen capture for the Xbox 360. But for this, I'm happy with it. So yeah, that took well over a minute, probably around 2 minutes just to load a save. So man, if there's ever been a disincentive for saving and reloading, there you go. Anyway, these two are more based on your output if you have happiness under control, so I'm not going to really look at them. We had a look at piety in the previous videos. Patronage, not so good for happiness at this point, other than the resources, which I could just buy off of them anyway. I mean, yeah, I could get a slight bonus. Where is it? Yeah, happiness gives from luxury resources increased 50%, so yeah, you get a luxury resources worth 7 happiness instead of 5, but no big deal there for happiness. 1 per luxury resource. You can do the math here. Maybe material, but not huge in terms of a happiness bonus. Certainly not as strong as perhaps meritocracy would be, or order. So the only other one I really want to show you guys today is order, because meritocracy, you can count the white dots on the minimap if you so choose. And well, here, I'll just scroll the minimap off. Yeah, you can count the white dots. That's how many cities I have. They're all hooked up to the capital as far as I can tell. So that's how strong meritocracy would be. It would just be a flat addition. Or maybe I can pull up a city screen for you guys. Yeah, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's St. Petersburg. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 at Beijing, 26. So there you go. And yeah, I took that after the end of the official Let's Play of this, just because it was an eyesore and it got her to take peace sooner. So 26 happiness from meritocracy. Let's see how the order does. I think I can get there. Yeah, I can get there. A production rate when constructing buildings, useful. Socialism, let's see what kind of building maintenance that gives me. Not as strong as the unit maintenance reduction in autocracy, although that's to be expected given the number of units I've been running around with this particular Let's Play. Then finally, planned economy. So I'm at 7 happiness now, 33 happiness as a planned economy. So wow, that's actually not that strong compared to meritocracy. There you have it. Even for this number of cities where happiness is being reduced. Well, it's pretty similar to meritocracy, but meritocracy is available much sooner in the game if you want it. Maybe even piety would have been competitive, just because a lot of the cities are grown. Well, no, probably not. Probably meritocracy and planned economy are the strongest. Then you have another wonder that would do the same thing as this all over again. But police state really lets you get away with annexing all your cities that you've conquered without worrying about them too much. So that's very nice as well. And I think the big thing with police state in this game is how it's all unhappiness in the occupied cities. Not just the unhappiness from the fact that the city is occupied. Not just that 5 unhappiness, but also the unhappiness from the city and from the population as well. That's why you saw my happiness actually going up when I annexed it, is because the unhappiness from population was being cut in half. And on half of the unhappiness from population and from being annexed is less than just the unhappiness from population. So that's why I was able to get away with annexing every city I own for like a net of negative 8 happiness, roughly. I forget exactly. You can see in the video. So yeah. Ooh, what's this advanced view? Let's click on it. Critical error. I don't know. If you like pretty pictures, leave it on. Don't like pretty pictures, leave it off. You can see how all these policy trees work. And yes, this is a very powerful, very powerful social policy for ICS, Infinite City Sprawl. So if you can actually get that somehow and get 5 production in every city, very nice. You can actually have some production in this game. The others not so appealing. Nationalism, attack bonus, and fighting for friendly territory. Sure, but yeah, kind of have something similar, maybe even stronger, considering that's where you care about fighting the most, available right away. That can be useful if you're vying for control of diplomacy, like against other people, but in practice against the AI, not too important. Wounded military, yeah, pretty much the biggies for police state for autocracy are police state and maintenance reduction on units and the cost of purchasing units being reduced by 33%. Can this because when you look at my income, the amount of surplus gold I have, that could be a primary source of new units, and it could happen very quickly, especially after I annexed all my cities that way. I could just buy units and buy units and buy units from like every city I own. Very impressive. These two are your science ones. You want specialists, you want trading posts, to increase your science. These are the policies you'd take. This one I showed off with Japan. Pretty impressive, especially with the merchant navy and heavy on the coastal cities. And maybe in a future video I'll show you guys what you can really do when you abuse city-states to their fullest with the patronage tree. But that takes care of this Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode showcasing some of the later social policies and their impact on a large empire. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And until the next Let's Play, the Me and Team signing off.